Hey, my name is Linslow by choice. I hope you're having a really great day. I am in the mood of building some studio apartments, all with a singular color in mind. So I will be doing that for the next few days. If you're interested in doing those with me, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. That way you can be notified whenever I post new videos. This one is red and I am so excited to share this with you. Grab everything you need and let's get into it. I love this one. This was the first apartment that I've decided to do that has this one color feel, and it happens to be red, which I don't normally choose red when I'm building in general, but I absolutely fell in love with the idea of using this wallpaper, and so I wanted to see if I could make this wallpaper work if everything else in this unit was red. And I think I succeeded. It was a little bit difficult in the bedroom only because the bedroom is very tiny, and with this particular apartment you have to work around a bunch of things. Like there's the mouse hole there's the electric box, the pipes, and they're all very functional in the Sims 4, so you have to be able to get to them, and so I couldn't close them. I tried to put that little couch over that, but I do end up taking that out and putting a bookshelf a little bit away from it. But I do like the way that this turns out. I end up going for something a little bit more expensive, which I don't normally do all the time, but I really enjoyed playing around with all the ways that I could put the different furniture in, and I love the way it ends up looking in the end. But honestly, I really fell in love with that coffee table that I just placed, so I do end up really wanting to use that in a bunch of the other builds that I end up doing a little bit later. Not necessarily in my color studio apartment builds, but just in general, so be on the lookout for that one. I'll try to remember how much I love it. Honestly, it's really just about, the ideas that I have when I am building a certain build, and if I think that that particular coffee table would work in that moment. And if it does, then fingers crossed I remember and I can go back and put that in. But for this apartment and all the other singular monochromatic apartments builds that I have coming up, it's really just for one sim with visitors maybe. And I like that idea because it's more so like a starter home take, but this is by no means a starter home series or build. This is definitely not within 20,000 simoleons. This is definitely a bit more, mostly because I didn't want to restrict myself in color and in funds, because if I had to do that, it would be a little bit more difficult, and I didn't want to put you all through that, so I do not end up doing that at all. But I do try to be a little bit more cautious, a little bit more conscious, and I really, really like the way that this looks. I think it's a great way to start off this series, and I really hope you do too. Let me know what you love most about this apartment. I think for me, it's just the fact that it's a darker color scheme. Whenever I'm building, I tend to go a little bit lighter. I tend to want to see all the lights going on. I want to see every angle of this build, but I think adding a little bit more mystery in this with not a lot of lighting, a lot of overhead lighting. There are some lamps that I put on, some floor lamps that I put it on the floor and everything. So it's not necessarily that it's completely dark, but I definitely love the aspect of it not being completely lit. It's adding mystery, and I feel like with this wallpaper and with the decorations that I put in, this apartment is full of mysteries. And I know that I said that I wanted to leave some space for your Sims to actually interact with the items within this apartment that you have to fix, like the electric box and everything. And I do, but then I was like, I need to put some things over there. So you just have to delete the plants and then you can, actually play and everything. If you actually just leave it there and something happens, your Sims won't be able to get to it, or the landlord won't be able to get to it, and that will make it for a really inconvenient gameplay. So just go ahead and delete that if you want to. But if you're just placing it and you want to just keep going with your normal gameplay, that is fine too. Whatever you want to do, it's up on the gallery. You can go ahead and download it there. It is under Linslow by choice, as well as all my other socials. I am on Twitter, I am on Instagram and TikTok. I'm trying to post more on TikTok. It's just like I say it all the time, but I do have a full-time job, so I'm doing this on the side, and just having fun with it, being able to share my builds with you all, and I really hope you all like it. But I want to get back into doing it because making the TikTok short, seeing everything that I make in like less than 60 seconds is always so exciting and so much fun. So I actually do want to see it, but it's just like I really just need to get the time to do it. So I'm going to try it, fingers crossed. But you can see I just did a little bit of the entryway, did some of the bathroom, and so now we're into the bedroom. And I do end up changing this around a bunch just because it's not a lot of space in here. I needed to have a lot of space for my Sims, or I needed to have a little bit of space for my Sims. I need to be able to add in a dresser, some decorations, a little chair, like a few things. And it made it difficult because it was a little bit smaller, but it made it more difficult because it all had to be red. And it was like I used so many decorations, and there's also not a lot of red decorations. So I felt like this sim, based on that observation, was a little bit more of a minimalist. Not so much in the apartment as a whole, but just in their living space. They're like, I have so many things outside, I don't necessarily need it to be inside my bedroom as well. But yeah, that was a lot of my thought processes why I was doing it. I really wanted this to really give a different side of my building style, but also how I think about my Sims that are going to be living in this. And I know it's not real at all, but I do enjoy doing it, and it's really great just to see all of the things that I'm seeing in my mind to come out in the Sims game. I really hope you all are enjoying it as well. If you are, definitely let me know. Definitely chat with me and everything. I had so much fun building this. We're coming up on the end. I'm adding a few things of finishing touches. I can't add a lot in this because it is a studio apartment and it's all has to be red, so I was running out of a lot of decorations, but I had so much fun doing this. Again, as I say, for the 17th time, but I really hope you enjoyed building this with me because I actually couldn't have done it without you. I know we are coming up on the end of this, and I really hope you enjoyed the rest of these screenshots, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.